coming to you live and electrified once again. It's live from the Double R. My name is Casey.
My name is Kevin.
My name is Noah.
And it's the Booth Boys.
Hey,
Back again.
Back
Booth
again.
Boys, back in town. Good to
Boys-
be back.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Hey, man. Doing great.
Great.
Living the dream.
Feel great, man.
You feeling great?
Feel great.
Yes.
How about you?
I'm feeling great. I think the listeners are probably wondering, hey, what's going on? The Live from the Double R popped up in my feed. Are there new episodes?
Yeah.
Or is there new Twin Peaks news? No. The news is dried up. Why are these guys back in the booth? Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, but
So, just so many people wondering that. So many people.
And the truth is, we just want to get together.
Yeah. And any excuse to get together. The Booth Boys.
Booth Boys.
been a long time.
So we, Case,
Yeah.
flipped the switch on the Booth Boys signal,
Yep.
lit up the night sky,
Threw it up.
and we answered the call.
Yeah, I was at home and my wife looked in the sky and saw the pie signal
Mm-hmm.
and said, hey, look at that. And I said, excuse me, I need to go return some videotapes. What did
Yeah.
you guys, what was
Totally.
your guys' excuse?
The same thing, actually.
You said, okay, videotapes.
Yeah, videotapes.
I was already here.
Oh, you're the one who,
shit.
you flipped the switch?
I certainly did.
Oh, you're
What-
the one.
Why did you flip the switch, Noah?
Because, number one, I wanted to see the Booth Boys again.
Yeah.
But number two, I just got back from the Twin Peaks Festival.
Oh!
Ooh.
No, you went out as a representative of Live from the Double R at the Twin Peaks Festival?
That is right, sir.
Hell yeah. How was it?
Incredible.
Tell us all about it.
Incredible. 99% incredible. 1% kind of slouch.
Amaze balls?
The 1% thing was basically the start, and it had
Yeah.
nothing to do with the festival.
Okay.
Do you want to know what it was?
Yeah.
So I prepaid for a compact rental car,
Okay. Compact.
and when I got to the parking lot, it was a giant truck.
A pickup?
Yeah, it was a Nissan Titan. And what was so funny, it was the dude was trying to upsell me on it. Like, oh, $10 more a day, $5 more a day, you can have this truck. The truth was, that's all they just had left.
Yeah.
And so I went back to the counter and I said, hey, man, this is definitely not the Honda Civic. Yeah, man, that's all we got, dude.
So do you have to pay extra for that?
No, I didn't have to pay anything extra. The gas mileage was pretty bad.
Yeah, I bet.
16 to the gallon.
Are we talking Hertz?
Solid.
I'm talking like a Viking ship.
But which
I thought you said
Hertz?
Hertz.
Are we talking budget? Are we
Budget.
talking budget?
Oh, I thought you were talking like Hertz, like
Like her,
A coffin car.
like does this hurt?
no, like the frequency.
I thought you said hearse.
Oh,
I thought you said when Noah said it got 16 miles to the gallon, you're like, wait, Hertz? I thought you meant like that's the measurement
Ouch.
of
that's how that's
of-
how I calibrate miles.
Yeah,
per
yeah,
gallon,
yeah,
is by
exactly.
Hertz.
Yeah, when you pull up to the gas station.
Yeah, it's more precise
Yeah.
that way.
Fill her up with 35 Hertz, please.
No. I was just trying to figure out which company you used,
It was budget.
and it was budget.
And
So you had a pickup truck. For
I
this
had
whole
a
trip.
massive pickup truck the size of like a yacht.
Wait, let's back up.
Yeah, let's
You
back this up.
You
So
fly out.
hold
Okay.
on.
Whoa,
Let's back
even
it up
further?
even further. So there's a thing that happens called Twin Peaks Fest. That's
Yes.
the name of it?
Yes, and that's why I was out here.
How long has
So-
it been running?
I believe it's been running since the show's inception, if I'm not mistaken.
Wow.
I know the current organizers have been doing it for about 20 years.
Okay.
Wow.
I think they said it was their 19th or 20th year, but I have found stuff on YouTube from when Frank Silva, who you may know better as Bob, was doing like Q&A. So that would have been like 1992.
Wow.
Like right before he passed.
Yes.
Wow.
So I think it's been a small thing for a very long time. Like I heard just a couple of years ago, it was like 75 people attended with like 3 cast members
Right.
hanging out.
So
And
this has been a dream of yours.
Yeah.
to attend for a
Oh
long
yeah.
time.
I never thought it would ever actually happen because when you go online to buy tickets, they sell out in about 5 minutes flat.
Do they really?
Oh, yeah.
Cap it?
Oh yeah.
Wow.
They have to. But 300 people came this year, but there was also like 25 cast members.
Really?
Wow. So
We're gonna get into that. We're gonna get into that.
yeah, we will get into that. Just you wait. So Noah sends us a message saying, "Hey, I'm gonna go to this Twin Peaks Fest. Do you all want to come? We should all do it, right? Didn't you do that, or did you just say I'm going?"
I think I probably told people they should get online and buy them with me, but no one did.
I think our yeah, I think that's what I'm saying. I think I'm basically just going into how we suck for not going. But,
No. I mean, I couldn't even get my own brother to go, so
Yeah.
don't feel
Right.
too bad.
JP.
This was a solo journey. This was like my Jerry Horn experience that I think I just needed to do alone.
Yeah.
And then next time I will have my booth boys with me, hopefully.
With boys.
So, you sent us a text and you're going, and I'm booking my ticket, and great. Okay, so and then you left.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
After all the rental car stuff, it was about midnight in Seattle, and the place I was staying at just for the first night. This is another thing that's really cool. The organizers have like a secret Facebook group for all the people attending.
Secret.
Yeah, right.
Wow.
For all the people attending this year. So a gentleman by the name of Aaron put online like, hey, if someone needs a couch or something to crash on, let me know. My Airbnb didn't start till the next day, so he gave me a spot. It was about an hour outside of Seattle, and I was driving this massive pickup truck, by 12:30 in the morning at this point. But my body clock feels like 2:30.
Yeah, right.
And
You're
to get
tired.
to get the mood right, I also had the Twin Peaks soundtrack going.
Nice.
Oh, that's
driving
wild.
through.
Did you have
Yeah?
the super slow, sort of like Mr. C theme song? You know, that slowed down.
Oh
version?
yeah. That was
American
rocking.
Woman?
Is that so? That's what it is. American
It's
Woman
slowed down like a remix. That definitely played.
I can hear it right now.
That beat is hot.
It's so tight.
It's sizzling.
It does slam.
Could you hear that just then?
Yeah, I could hear it in my cans.
Tight.
But at night, when you get out this far, there's no light whatsoever. And I think the song Dark Mood Woods came on, which is like that song right before Cooper enters the lodge. And I'm like trying to find this address, and there's just all these trees and dangling street lights hanging from like a cord.
Sick.
I'm like, okay, I think I might need to turn this music off and like try to find this place. And this dude rented out an incredible spot, and I was just so damn excited. Like I straight up didn't sleep that night.
And you knocked on the door, and Mrs. Chalfont was there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And she was just like, "Here's your cream corn. Here's your couch." And I tried to go to sleep. It didn't really happen though.
Yeah?
Thankfully, the next morning, check in.
Wait, so how was this? How was this guy's house? How would you rate it?
So he rented this spot. He used to live in the area, but he was in town for the fest, and this spot was awesome.
Tight.
They rented
Elite?
It was like a god tier spot. It made me kind of annoyed that I even got an Airbnb because I would have just gladly paid this dude to stay on the couch.
Sure.
So we're no angry trout trailer park situation.
No, it was not a fat trout. Well,
Fat trout. Sorry, is that what it's called?
Yeah, I took a wrong turn, and I definitely ended up in a place that kind of looked like Otis's house, like from the first episode of The Return, where
Yeah.
Mr.
Oh,
C
yeah.
is seen.
Yeah.
And I was like, whoa, this does not look like the spot that he emailed me at all. And then I turned around, shut off that music, and found the spot. It was insane.
Yeah.
I don't know. You call it like a mini McMansion or whatever.
Sure.
Wow.
It was just absurd.
Yeah.
Windows that, were 20 feet high.
And had
in
you
the air.
met this man?
No, we just kind of chatted
Yeah.
through this group, and he seemed like a cool dude and
Uh-huh.
liked a lot of the same music. And, all these people that go for the Twin Peaks Festival, you kind of have a very big thing in common.
A kinship,
Yeah.
if you will.
A forever, bond
Yeah.
because of that.
Of course.
And everyone you meet throughout the way is pretty cool, too.
Yeah.
It wasn't too overall like I think the kids call it like neck beardy.
Okay.
Like everyone was just kind of cool. There wasn't like too much theory talk or
Yeah.
well actually kind of
Yeah.
shit. Everyone was just there to like kind of hang out, and obviously the guests kind of take some of that away because you just want to chill with them. And
Yeah.
Friday morning it was.
Okay, so you stay at this guy's house the first night.
Yep.
On his actual couch.
Yeah.
How would you rate the couch?
Good couch.
IKEA, Wayfair.
That's a good question.
Macy's.
How was the length? Could you spread out?
Definitely spread.
Head to heel on cushion?
Yep.
Okay.
The only
Wow.
slouch part, and not this dude's fault. So there's about 10,000 light switches. The couch was like in the living room that connects to the kitchen. There's no walls or anything, and this one kitchen light was on, and could not find it. I went through maybe 20 switches.
You're just trying to turn the light off, and it's like
Just
a goddamn switchboard.
It was
Right?
It's like those old timey operators sitting at the
Yep.
with all the switches.
Yep,
The,
pull this
the
one out, this
telephone,
one
you put
in,
that
this one
down
out, this
there.
one in.
I bet it was like that, right?
Pretty much. I was just hoping that Laura Palmer would have screamed, and then all the lights would have gone out.
Yeah.
But
so I gotta ask, Noah, did you eventually get the light off?
no. I
Really?
did not. No, I just
Damn it.
I slept through it.
You're kidding me. Did you have a sleep mask?
I did not, but I just put a pillow over my face.
Yeah.
And
Do the job, did it?
Guys,
like I said, I slept for like maybe an hour and a half or 2 hours. I couldn't sleep. I was so amped.
You were you were
I was
amped.
amped,
That's why
as
you
the
couldn't
kids say.
sleep. Yeah.
I don't travel without a sleep mask and earplugs.
well, that's
Kev.
that's the Cooper way, and I feel like he was right
you
about
should.
that.
Yeah.
Kev, can you recommend us a sleep mask? I'm in the market.
You are?
Yeah.
The
Give me a
Turbo 9000X is a good model.
Wood Rec.
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, I
I'm
would
taking
recommend
note of
one.
that.
Yeah,
I'm
you
taking
can
note.
get that. Any major big box retailer
Yeah.
will handle that. Amazon.com.
I've really found that when you're trying to sleep, and you can't always control your environment,
No, absolutely.
and if you're trying to sleep and there's ambient light hitting your eyelids, even it can really obstruct your sleep.
Yes.
And this simple contraption that's been around forever can eliminate that.
the thing about it is, where does light enter your body? Through your eyes,
Through your eyeballs.
right?
Yeah. Irises.
What happens if you?
Pupils.
Right.
Yeah.
Retina.
Retina.
Which your brain
Yes.
converts into energy
Yeah.
to power you for the day.
Light?
Anyways, moving on. That's neither here nor there. What do you do if you don't want that light to penetrate your eyeballs?
You you close your eyes.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's not enough.
Sometimes it's not enough.
You need a sleep mask.
Yes. Sometimes. You know what they say? Sometimes you go to Twin Peaks Fest and you stay at a guy's house and sleep on his couch and there's a bit of light.
And you
That's-
forgot your sleep
And you
mask.
forgot your sleep mask.
Yes.
Like Dale Cooper.
Wouldn't have mattered. I was just too amped.
You're too amped.
I was too amped.
Man, I'd love to have that feeling. I remember having that feeling when I was a little kid, before like the first day of school or something like
It
super
kind
fun.
of felt like
You're just
that.
like
Did it?
so amped to do something fun. That's tight.
It seriously felt like that, and I
Yeah.
was thank goodness that the check-in
Uh-huh.
was at like 9 a.m. and
I'm
For the festival?
for the festival.
Okay.
I'm sorry to keep going on about this. I'm sorry, but the couch, was it a pull-out? Was it
it was
just
not a pullout.
okay?
It
just-
was a damn fine couch.
That's tight.
That's all I'll say.
all right. So but one side is like the end is like just open, and then the other side is like the wall of it's like the backrest of the couch.
Yeah.
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 All right.
And it was long enough that you didn't have to put your feet up on the like arm rest of the other
The
side.
benefit of being 5'8" is that a lot of couches do that for
Yeah.
you anyway.
Okay. Gotcha.
But good pillows, good blanket,
Yep.
good leg room.
Excellent. Okay, so the next day, did you get some coffee in you?
Yeah, so the check-in was at Twin Falls Middle School.
Okay.
Bottomless coffee and donuts
Whoa.
Whoa!
For all
for all attendees.
visitors? Oh my goodness.
Were they all set up like during the stone?
Oh, yeah.
Get out!
Oh, yeah.
Kidding.
Get out!
And there
of
was like
here.
a little red drizzle over some of the donuts. You remember when
Holy
Leo
shit.
shoots Wally the bird?
and,
Oh,
and
yeah.
like the blood
and
splatters.
Yes.
They had a really nice spread. I mean, they had a variety of donuts. They had David Lynch's coffee.
You know what that is?
Wow.
That's attention to detail.
Oh yeah,
I appreciate that.
there was no shortcuts, but that morning was cool because I didn't really expect to see any guests at the middle school. I showed up, and the first person I met was one of the woodsmen, Tony. I believe you say his last name, Marcacci.
Okay.
He is one of the woodsmen that leads Mr. C up the convenience store steps, and he is like the coolest dude.
Really?
The
Good
nicest-
hang?
Good hang. He came up to me. I was wearing this shirt for a pro wrestler named Finn Balor.
Okay.
And he's like, "I like your shirt, man." And he was wearing a Refused shirt.
Whoa.
So-
Get out of here.
Yeah. And he's also a bass player too. Precisely.
Kev, you and Noah, you guys both play bass.
We both slapped the bass.
That's sick.
It
We
was
take it for a
sick.
walk.
That's
He
tight.
was super cool. We talked about music for a while.
I can't believe he was wearing a Refuse shirt. That's so tight.
He
Hold on. Like vintage legit Refuse, not that they're vintage, but or like he just went to he went to see them at Coachella or some shit and he got a shirt there.
He said they played in Seattle sometime recently, but he said Refuse is like one of his favorite bands of all time.
Okay.
We talked
Wow.
about Shape of Punk to Come for a little while.
Yeah.
He is a legit dude. And I asked him about this role of being one of the woodsmen who leads Mr. C up the stairs. I was like, how'd you get this? And he said, I'm part of this casting agency, and I got a call because this place was looking for guys with big, long beards. And so that filming location where the convenience store was, I guess, was maybe like an hour outside of Seattle. And he lives in Seattle.
Okay.
He plays in a band, and I think I can't remember what his occupation is. I'm sorry, Tony, but he got the call, and he's like, I do a lot of commercials, and just kind of figured it was gonna be like an ad for Coca-Cola or something. And I show up, there's all these trucks saying Twin Peaks on it, and it's Kyle MacLachlan and David Lynch hanging out.
Fuck
And,
me.
and I'm like,
How
holy
tight
shit,
would
dude!
that
Like,
be?
did you like the show going into it? And he said, yeah, it's like one of my favorite shows of all time.
Wow.
Said it was the greatest day of his life.
Wow.
Got to hang out with Kyle and David, craft services.
That's amazing that you show up for a job that you don't even know what it's going to be. Like that.
You go into it blind as if you're wearing an eye mask,
Oh.
a sleep mask.
Like the one I wish I had.
Yes, that night, that fateful night. You take that off that mask, and there's David Lynch and
There he is.
David Launch and Kyle MacLachlan.
There's Kyle.
Kyle MacLachlan.
You look over to your right. There's David.
Keeley MacLachlan.
Or as David would call Kyle MacLachlan, Kale.
Who would call him that?
David Lynch calls Kyle MacLachlan Kale.
He does?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's tight.
Kale.
He mispronounces everyone's names like we do.
Like on purpose?
Yeah, if you
That's
get
sick.
the gold box set of the original series, there's
Uh-huh.
bonus features, and he calls everyone on set by their character name or their first name, but butchered.
Wow.
Yeah,
What a
doesn't
weirdo.
Doesn't he call like Laura Dern like Cookie, or doesn't he have some little pet name?
Yeah,
for
I can't
her or
remember. It's
like
something
that?
strange, but I don't even know how to pronounce her name correctly, but Majkin Amick.
Oh yeah,
He says something that's like so far off, though.
Yeah. He loves her.
Oh yeah, he's a big Shelley J fan, or Shelley Briggs fan rather.
Right.
But who else was there that
Yeah.
morning was Krista Bell, who you all may know as Tammy Preston.
Tammy.
Fuck you, Tammy.
She was super cool.
Yeah?
She had her records there.
Okay,
for sale.
are all these people just sort of available?
They got
Are
like
they
little
up-
booths.
Okay,
But Tony was just like hanging out.
Yeah.
Okay, so you go and you check in at this middle school.
Yep.
Tony's there to greet you.
He wasn't even there to greet me. He was just walking around.
He was just walking around. You guys are having bottomless coffee. Does that mean you're not wearing pants?
I am fully clothed.
Anyway,
with the option to
Sorry.
bottomless.
Yeah.
so he's there. You're hanging out. You're having coffee and donuts and everything. So then, where do you move? It was inside the school.
Yeah, it was inside the
Okay,
school,
right.
and there was people set up selling fan-made merchandise and
Yeah,
there was
anything cool?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Did you pick anything up?
I bet there's some.
I did
shitty
not.
stuff
I was on
too.
a very tight budget on
Yeah,
this trip.
Sure.
But the guy who collaborates with Lynch musically a lot was selling
Uh-huh.
his records.
Wow.
And I really wish I could have picked up one of the records.
Yeah.
But just wasn't in the old budget.
I gotcha.
tight.
But Krista Bell was awesome.
Yeah.
Took a photo with her.
Yeah?
She was selling her records there, but lucky for me, I already got one of those records, and I just, when you meet someone who is like, she's very polarizing. Like, she's like very beautiful, obviously.
Yep.
But just it's a presence. Like when you see someone on TV, it's like, holy shit, they look that way, like in real life.
Yeah.
And she couldn't have been any nicer.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
so cool.
tight.
Nice.
But that morning, they were doing like a trivia thing at the school, and it's like super hard questions. Like in episode 12, if you look on the mantle, and it's like, okay,
Oh my
I'm
God.
out. So that's when I just did a solo journey
Okay.
to. I drove to the falls
Mm-hmm.
from the iconic opening scene.
Yeah. And had you been to any of these sites
Never.
prior?
Never.
Okay.
Ate the shit out of my data on my phone with the GPS.
Yeah.
Right.
Don't have any left until a few more days here, but
Yeah.
I went to the falls and did a little walk there. Down, if you go to the water, it's about a half-mile hike,
Okay.
and it's all just straight downhill. And I wasn't really thinking because I had my black jeans, black T-shirt on. Going up was very brutal. It was well worth it for all the pictures I took.
Probably
Yeah.
wearing some Vans or something like that.
I was wearing these boots that I currently have on now, and they're just not great for hiking, though.
Gotcha.
They're more stylish boots, I guess you could say.
They're
They're,
rock boots.
They are,
Are they Ben Sherman?
yes, sir.
You know how I know that? Because I own the very same pair.
They're great pair of
Yes.
shoes, aren't they?
Yeah, they're solid.
But I was walking around the falls, and I started to see some of the casts. Like I saw, I'm very sorry, I can't remember everyone's real names,
Yep.
but I saw Ike the Spike walking around.
Oh.
And I was
You
like,
can't miss that guy.
No, I know. And I was like, hell yeah, this dude. He's on the bill for this. Obviously, they give you like an itinerary of or a list of the stars that are coming, because Friday night is the dinner with a Q&A and more formal meet and greets.
Yes.
And then
Wait, so what day is this that you're at?
this is Friday.
This
the
is
first
Friday.
day.
Okay,
This
gotcha.
everything I'm talking about is Friday.
Yep.
So this is about 1:00 in the afternoon, and this is just kind of solo time because the dinner's not till 6 p.m.
Yes.
And I go inside the Salish, which is the Great Northern Hotel.
Okay. Yep.
Very fancy spot. But I go to the lobby to go get a drink of water and use the restroom, and I see Harry Goaz sitting in there,
Hey.
who is Andy. And I'm like, wait a minute, he's not on the ticket at all.
Wait.
No
hold the,
way.
Hold the
Surprise
phone.
guest?
Surprise
What
guest.
the hell? I'm thinking, what the hell is going on here?
Yeah. What the hell?
What in the hell is he doing here?
Is that what ran through your mind?
Pretty much. He was just chilling on his laptop in the lobby. I'm like, wait a minute. I don't think he's supposed to be here.
What is going on here?
And Kimmy Robertson, who plays Lucy, was kind of hinting on Twitter and Instagram because all of her photos were of this area. It's like, oh, she's also not on the bill either.
Uh-huh.
I don't know what you want to say because it's not a bill is maybe the
Yeah.
wrong word, but
Scheduled to appear?
yeah, yeah. I'm like, oh, cool. Like Andy and Lucy might be here. And then this is where I go to. I go to this place that looks like the Double R Diner.
Okay.
Looks like where we're sitting right now, but it's called Tweed's Cafe.
Right. Okay. Yep.
I mean, it's weird. I'm looking around, and it's like the booths and the menus are the exact same, but
yeah.
I don't. But when I went, I didn't see Norma or Shelly or anything.
what?
Did not have edamame sushi.
Yeah.
Didn't have rotisserie
Yeah,
chicken.
what about,
Totally,
what
yeah.
about rotisserie chickens?
No, they had like chicken sandwiches, but
Shit.
I went to this place that looked just like the Double R. But it's
Uh-huh.
called Tweed's Cafe. Right after my little hike.
Wait.
I had some pretty good food though.
Yeah.
Great
Did
food.
you eat there?
Oh, I ate at this place because I was so. I was questioning everything about my life because
Yeah.
I feel like we're at the Double R all the time, and I go to
Right.
this Tweed's place,
But
Yeah.
and it looks exactly the same.
It's like a.
Almost
you're
like
in
an
a different
alternative
reality.
universe.
Yes.
Yeah.
The food was really good.
Yeah.
The people were really nice. It was like the
What-
same place.
Was the inside the like interior that they shot in?
For the third season, yeah.
Okay.
Because everything from, I mean, outside of the pilot, I think is all
Like a set.
Yeah.
What about the Great Northern?
Very much a set in
A
the
set,
show.
okay.
Yeah.
Does it
other
look
than when Audrey walks out to get picked up for school in
Yep.
the pilot.
Does it look anything like it on the inside? Does it
No,
have that, like,
not really.
Okay.
I mean, there's like a little bit of a rustic feel to it, but I
Yeah.
mean, like the layout and everything is very, very different.
Yeah.
But as I'm checking out of this Tweed's Cafe place, Great burger.
Uh-huh.
Great fries, by the way.
Oh,
burger
dude.
and
Like,
fries.
what kind of cut?
Like,
Crank?
it's like the
Straight
skin
cut?
on,
Skin on.
you know, house cut
Sure,
style.
McDonald's
yeah.
style.
But yeah, thin, but
A little more Wendy's style?
yeah,
Okay.
exactly. There
Oh,
you
yeah.
go. But a lot better. Less salty, too.
Yeah.
I'm checking out, and I see Amy Shields, who is Candy. And I'm like, oh, hey, that's another person that's not on this show.
Okay, now I'm really going, what in the
Well, I'll tell you
hell?
what here.
What is going on here?
So there was I was chatting with some people over text, like the guy I stayed with.
Yeah.
I guess Kyle MacLachlan was in Seattle that day.
Really?
And so people were like really saying like, oh man, like he's definitely going to show up.
Yeah.
I'll just say right now, he never came to it.
Okay.
Keeley McLaughlin.
Kale, which is cool because I feel like pandemonium would have happened
Oh, my God.
if he had shown up.
People
Oh, my
lost their
God.
shit.
Anyway, got to my Airbnb and then I went to the dinner.
So you saw these peeps, but you didn't approach them.
I just gave like a little wave, like, "Hey, how you doing?" Because I think the vibe is sort of just, you know, I'll get into it a little bit more from what some of the actors have said, but I think it's sort of just a, you know, like a Bookhouse Boys sign or something.
tight.
Yep.
You don't want to like bother the shit out of them.
Yeah.
drool all over them and shit.
Friday night is when
Treat them like human beings.
They're just people. They put on their pants one leg at a time.
a time.
if you know what I mean.
Yes.
Not really. Kind of an underrated Denise Cooper exchange there. So anyway, Friday night is the dinner, and that's where all the cast members, not every single, but the people that were billed to come.
Yep. Where is this dinner being held?
It is at the Snoqualmie Golf Course.
Okay.
It's like a country club kind of feel,
Got it.
which was like kind of sort of a little strange,
Mm-hmm.
but
So this is a multi-location thing.
Oh
It's
yeah,
like-
it's good to have a car
Yep.
rented for this.
Yep.
You'd be spending a lot in Uber or
Yeah.
Lyft.
Bears, right?
And this was super cool because I showed up, you know, at 6, and they
Mhm.
weren't really starting festivities for another hour. But people like Hawk, One Arm Man, the Giant, Andy, Lucy, they're all just hanging out on this like patio where people are
Wow.
smoking and having cocktails and
Yeah.
drinking wine, and it's just so strange. Like we're just kind of mingling amongst each other,
Yeah.
but not like super geeky. I mean, there was a couple people you could tell where it's like, all right, like relax a little bit.
Yeah.
But I just think at the end of the day, it's like sort of, you know, they're here to enjoy themselves too, and like
Yeah.
connect with these people that they've known for a long time.
Nice.
Like it's kind of amazing that everyone just trusts each other to kind of like.
Yeah. I mean, I
Yeah.
think a lot of the third season people enjoyed themselves a lot too.
I bet.
George Griffith, who plays Ray,
Mm.
I can't remember her name, but Ray and Daria were like hanging out the whole time with just people at everything, at every event.
Yeah.
And, that Chad dude is awesome.
Yeah.
John Pericello, I think is his real name.
Okay.
He's hilarious and great.
Yeah.
Jake, his last name escapes me, but Freddie,
Okay.
he's a great dude, super
Yeah.
hilarious. And they're all just hanging out, like, you know, people are smoking cigs or
Yeah.
having a cocktail on the patio, and then finally, you know, the event starts where the dinner happens, and then there was a Q&A, and there were some cool questions that came up. Like someone asked Al Strobel, who plays the One-Armed Man,
Mhm.
Mike, if he felt the payoff when he got to say, "You are finally awake" to Cooper.
Yeah.
And his response was like, well, it's kind of hard, because I think they asked him, did you have to emphasize like excitement when you spoke backwards? And he's like, well, it's kind of hard to show any emotion when you're struggling to speak backwards into something. And somebody asked Hawk about his dialogue with the log lady.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't know this. I guess she did all of her parts basically like at the very beginning of production in a day. And then when those were done being filmed, she died like 4 or 5 days later.
Wow.
So when Hawk is doing his parts, talking to Log Lady,
He's not actually.
yeah,
Having
Yeah.
right.
yep, just probably a recording or something.
Right.
But I thought that was really cool, and he said some really nice words about Catherine Coulson, who's
Yeah.
the actress. And
Right.
somebody asked Daria if it was really weird that Kyle MacLachlan had to kill her off right away. Like, did it make you feel better that he's such a nice guy? And she's just like, I guess so. There were some
that's-
odd questions
Well,
for
that's
sure.
the thing. Were there a lot of people asking questions as if all of the cast members had seen like all the show and had been like as invested in it as the rest of us.
Yeah, I mean,
like, because really to them, it's just, I mean, I'm sure a lot of them enjoyed it, but it's just a job at the end of the day. And they're just, I'm sure there's an element of just like clocking in, doing the thing.
Yeah.
Do take after take after take out of context of what you understand. And,
Right. Yeah. Completely out of context, and then just like piecing out.
Yeah.
And that's the end of the
there
day.
was a couple people, especially from the third season, like the mom who has like the little boy that gets run over was there, and then the girl who works at the liquor store when Sarah Palmer is there. You like ask them how they felt, like were they fans? And I know the girl at the liquor store, she said like I had to watch like all this basically like a month before I started filming because I didn't know, like she's like 21 years old. She's like I really didn't know anything about the show. It's a part.
Some millennial over here.
Oh,
Right?
millennial.
Aren't we technically millennials though?
Yeah.
Because we're
I
under
think so.
38 right now.
Is that the cutoff point? 38?
I think right now.
38?
Yeah.
Right now?
I think as of right now in 2018, I think you have to be 38 and older to not be a millennial.
Yeah.
Or as my dad would say, a millennium.
Millennium. I actually identify as Gen Z.
Gen Z.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Gen Z?
No, I don't actually.
You can
I
call
thought
me
you
a-
were saying that was like your new name.
Gen Z?
Yeah.
No, Generation Z are the ones under us. Right?
Oh, is that the case?
Beneath
Yeah.
us.
Beneath.
I would like to say. So far beneath us.
So far.
I thought the coolest part of that night,
Yeah.
number one, there was
Okay.
a costume contest. I didn't do a
How
sup-
was the dinner?
Yeah.
the
get
dinner
to-
was great.
So are you eating dinner as the panel is happening, or what are you doing while you're eating dinner?
No, that's before like
Okay.
the panel happens, and people submit questions. I guess on a piece of paper. They did that earlier
So
when
they
I
can kinda
skipped out.
screen them and
They did that during like the trivia portion that I
Okay.
skipped out
Got
on,
it.
and they only really did a handful of them, which was nice because there was 20 cast members,
Yeah.
and if everyone got a question, all the cast
Right.
members kind of introduced themselves and talked about what they're up to right now. And
Yep. Did you ask a question?
no, I did
Submit one?
not.
Okay.
No, I don't know what I would honestly
Yeah, I
ask,
don't-
and I felt kind of weird, like being there with live from the Double R podcast. I thought about just asking some questions to some people, but.
Just whipping your
I
phone
just
out?
yeah, I
Grabbing
didn't
some-
it didn't feel right to do.
Yeah.
I met some fellow podcasters that
Yeah,
night.
you were saying that.
Chopping Wood Inside podcast.
Chopping wood.
They're Tom and Murph.
Shout out to Tom and Murph.
Great podcast. I've been listening to it all week.
Nice.
What up, boys?
Those guys do a deep dive on just about everything related to the show, and it's
Wow.
very clear and listenable.
So they're
They
straight.
do it in about an hour for each topic.
Okay.
So basically the complete opposite.
Yeah,
of
precisely.
podcast.
They're straight
Very
peaks heads.
unlistenable.
They are legit AF though.
Nice.
But costume contest that night was pretty awesome.
So what did you eat for the dinner?
For dinner, that's right.
Let's talk about
For
dinner.
dinner.
What'd you want to eat?
So you emailed months in advance what if you were a meat eater or a vegetarian, gluten. So, I don't have a gluten allergy. I am a meat eater, so I had it's like a steak and a chicken and mashed potatoes.
Steak and chicken?
Yeah, they had like a buffet
Whoa.
style, kind of like when you like go to a wedding. It's sort of like the wedding
Yeah.
type food, but it was
Gotcha.
high quality. Wow. Drinks were.
But it was high quality.
But it was.
I feel like you go to the weddings, any wedding, and it's like you get the option of chicken or steak, and it's
Yeah.
just like kind of
Wedding food is a crap shoot.
yeah. This was very
It's a
good.
gamble.
Yeah, it's a gamble.
You can win or lose.
The $10 glass of wine was a little
Mm,
out of my
mhm,
price rate,
mhm.
but it was it was a country club after all.
Sure. So you enjoyed the meal.
I very much
That's
enjoyed the meal.
great.
I enjoyed the company
Yeah.
at my table with
Yeah.
7 other strangers.
So how did that go? Did you just have to kind of find a seat, or were you assigned?
No, you
A
just
seat?
kind of find a seat.
Nice.
And was everyone like? Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Was everyone like easy to talk to? Like was everyone pretty cool? Like willing to like talk to new people and like,
Yeah, I think like costume stuff is a really good icebreaker.
Icebreaker.
Not everyone was dressed up, but the girl sitting next to me and her, I think, husband,
Okay.
she was a literal blue rose,
Wow.
and
Wow.
he was dressed as the mother figure.
Oh.
Whoa.
So there was really good, like, thought out costumes. Like, I saw a Chantel and Hutch. They had like bags of Wendy's and Cheetos, and with like those white paint suits with
Yeah.
like, you know, little red blood
That's tight.
spots on it.
Did you dress up?
I dressed up very last minute. I bought a $10 can of silver hairspray, and I brought my suit. I went as Gordon Cole.
Nice.
I have these headphones that sort of look like hearing aids.
Yeah.
They're just huge and terrible with wires, and
Yeah.
I did not win the contest. Spoiler
Was
alert.
anyone else dressed as Gordon Cole?
No,
as well?
I was the
That's
only
good.
Cole. I was the only Cole.
That's good.
So I feel like I
well
kind of
done.
earned some points, and the judges were the cast members.
Oh.
So I was looking at Krista Bell. I'm like, come on, aren't we in this together? Here?
Yeah.
like,
Fill up.
hook it
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
but a cherry pie and I don't remember. There was a 3-way tie. I don't remember the second one, but a wheelchair-bound birthday party Leo Johnson was. And I don't know if they were actually for real needing the wheelchair or not.
Yeah.
I didn't really get to chat with them, but nonetheless, I mean, they had like the hairdo and everything. It
Yeah.
was really incredible.
That's great.
That night was just, it was insane. You know, I got to meet so many of the people that I've wanted to meet. Like, I got to talk to Hawk that night for the first time, and the One-Armed Man. I got to talk to.
You did talk to Hawk.
Oh yeah, I talked to
Wow.
him several times.
Break that
Wow.
down for us.
Man, I kind of want to like.
Okay.
What's his?
I mean, it's a long. I got to talk to him probably the most.
Wow. What's his name?
Michael Horace.
Michael Horse.
Him and his wife are the nicest.
His wife was there?
Yeah.
He brought his wife along?
Oh yeah,
That's great. Does he live there?
he lives in the Bay Area. He said.
Okay.
He when you wear these badges, and he's, you know, and he saw that I was from Minneapolis, Minnesota. He's like, "Oh man, like I've been up there a lot for powwows, but I can't go back to Minnesota. Your guys' mosquitoes are the size of hummingbirds, man." And I'm like,
what a
"Yeah,
legend.
I know." I was like,
And did you say, yeah, I know?
I was like, the mosquitoes are not what they seem. No, no, I did not say that. I was
That's okay. That's a question I had. Were there things that you wanted to say, sort of to people's characters, or did people say that? You know, like, were there like obvious things that you wanted to like shout at them? You know, that you would. You know what I mean? Like
every time Freddie was
Yeah.
like around, I wanted to say "oi" to
Yeah.
him, but I feel like Jake would have been kind of mad about that.
Is he American, Freddie?
No, he's very very British. He's from
Okay.
London.
Okay. So
He is famous because I remember seeing him quite a few years ago. He has a YouTube viral video of him doing accents across like the globe and
Tight.
impersonating them perfectly.
I've seen that.
It's fucking good.
I saw that and I didn't realize that
It's
it was
him.
the same guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fucking him.
far
It's
out.
tight.
Yeah, that was probably the only moment I really wanted to do that. And George Griffith, who plays Ray, I always just wanted to go up to him and say, "That fucker Ray." Mr. C says that. It's like one of the only times I think Kyle swears throughout the whole series. But he actually sold patches that said "That fucker Ray." on
Really?
it. Yeah, and I definitely bought one for sure.
Wow.
That's tight. So you had this. So you had this dinner, and that was good times.
Yep.
And then that was the end of the night. Then you did that
Yeah,
for
I
a
got-
while, costume contest, and
Saturday was another jam-packed day. It's just kind of all blends in together. But that morning was a kind of a meet and greet part 2, a little more low key since it was in the morning. It was back at that middle school, and that's where I really got to talk to Hawk and Andy, and I got to meet Lucy. Oh, just real quick,
Yes.
the night before. So this was Harry Goes' first year, and him conversing with Kimmy Robertson, it was literally like Andy and Lucy talking to each other.
Really?
He seemed kind of like flustered. He's like, "I don't know what to do. Should I be selling these pictures?" And the way those two were conversing with each other, I'm like, "Oh my God, that's like they're not even
Wow.
acting." And
Wow.
they sound like Andy and Lucy.
Yeah.
And her voice is what you hear on the show. That's like
how she actually talks.
that's for real.
yeah,
where
totally.
where Harry is a little more
Put
surfer
on.
laid back, but you can tell that's like he has that accent as well.
Yeah.
Here's the question I have: when he first appeared in season 3, The Return, I thought he had like a pillow stuffed into it. Does he have a little bit of a beer gut, or little bit of a gut in real life, like he does, like Andy does in the show?
I don't know. I mean, he seems very
Fit,
yeah, kind of.
tight.
Like it seems like he's built pretty well, and it just
Okay.
like translated weird, like on camera.
It looked like he had he had like several pillows,
Pillows.
fluffy pillows,
Like a rectangular pillow, like
Yeah.
perfectly stuffed in his shirt.
yeah,
Yeah.
But he's
Yeah,
like,
and I
I don't
was
know. He
like,
seems
ugh.
cut. He's got some good muscles on his arms, and
tight.
I
Good for
I
Harry.
asked him so that Saturday morning, I didn't know what to really say. He was awesome, just signing autographs for free because some of these guests do not do that for free.
Right.
They're definitely capitalizing on their market, but
Who was charging?
I don't know if I really want to say.
Come on, out him, dude.
Come on.
Out them.
If you don't, then that's tight. But
I'd be willing to maybe do that off,
Okay.
just in case maybe they listen.
Hey,
and-
subscribe to the Patreon if you want to hear who
yeah, send us an email.
Oh yeah, we need to start one
who
of those.
charge. Yeah.
But I asked Andy if it's was it hard on set with a character being called Harry as well?
Mm.
And since
That's
That's a
Andy-
great
question.
question, Noah.
and he kind of thought about it for a second. He's like, not really, because David Lynch just calls us by our character names. So you just get used to being called Andy all the time.
That's tight.
Okay.
Yeah.
But that would be confusing because then he would be whatever.
He said it wasn't, though.
Yeah,
I don't
got
know.
it. Yeah.
I'm not going to challenge him on it. He was very nice, very sweet.
That was probably a good
I
judgment
would've.
call to not challenge him on it.
Yeah, no.
I would have challenged it.
You would have?
Listen, I got to tell it like it is.
You're
That's
a truth
just the
teller.
kind of guy that I am. I need
you
to-
come in, you're knocking down
Yeah.
these walls of lies. I'm telling the truth.
Yes, I tell it like it is. Sorry if you can't handle it.
I'll get through this as fast as I can, boys. I'm sorry. I feel like this was way longer than I wanted to even talk about it. But
No, I love it.
Saturday day was the bus tour of a lot of filming sites.
Wow.
I had gone to this place that already looked like the Double R Diner called Tweeds. I had
Yes.
gone to the falls, but they brought us to Sparkwood and 21
On a bus.
on a bus.
All
like
of
a
you.
big tour. There was two separate trips.
Okay. So
One in
you're
the
split.
morning, one in
Yep.
the afternoon.
Gotcha.
Went to Ronettes Bridge, Sparkwood and 21. Saw the Twin Peaks High School from the pilot. It looks exactly the same.
And were you just driving by and just looking out the window, or did you stop and get to go out and kind
We
of?
stopped briefly at Sparkwood and 21. We stopped at the sheriff's station,
Nice.
which is a driving school, like for
Oh, really?
like racing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, really? Wow.
but I got to sit behind the counter,
Whoa.
his desk.
Tight.
No
I
way.
went in the conference rooms. It's so strange being in there because you're so used to seeing these scenes with like Cooper and Sheriff Truman.
Yeah.
And it's just like some dude's office with like racing suits
Yeah.
like hanging on the wall and stuff.
Wow.
But still, like it had a great feel to
Yep.
it. It was awesome being there. And outside is in front is like where that silo is for the mill. That's,
kidding.
That's still standing. Yeah.
Wow.
And like the building where Richard Horn meets up with that magician dude, Red, that's like just
Mhm.
across the way as well.
Oh, really?
Yep. So what's cool about all these filming sites is that everything, like if you ever want to do a trip to North Bend and Snoqualmie, they're all within like 10 minutes of each other or
Yeah.
less, like pretty much clumped together.
Yeah.
Sick.
So you can hit them up, bang, bang,
Yep.
bang, bang, bang.
Yeah.
They brought us to the infamous opening shot with the "Welcome to Twin Peaks" sign.
Wow.
That was
It's
that was so
just
cool.
there?
No, it's
They-
a temporary thing because it was there. It sounds like
Yeah.
it was there permanently, but it kept getting vandalized,
Wow.
Ah.
And stolen. Perhaps?
stolen, and like you graffitied over. It's like, how could you do that?
How could you? Yeah.
I'm not surprised. My
Damn you.
just as a quick sidebar, my brother-in-law is in this band called Parkway Drive,
Oh yeah.
and a great band. What up, boys? And it's named after the street where my brother-in-law and my wife grew up on, and their street sign for Parkway Drive is constantly stolen.
Constantly.
Like the town has like gone through extreme efforts to try to like fucking cement the thing.
There's
to
a
the ground.
line. There's a lot. There's the sign on the post, and then there's a person standing there, and then there's a single file line down the street of people,
Just yeah.
and a guy unscrews it, steals it, walks off. The city puts a new one up, and then the
And
guy
the
behind
next
him
one.
takes it off, steals it.
Yeah.
The city puts it back on.
They put it back
Guy
on.
behind
the next
him.
Guy in
It is
the line.
constantly
It's
being
constantly
stolen.
going. And yeah, I don't know why the city doesn't like just break up that line a little bit. And, come on, guys.
Or say, guys, knock it off.
Knock it off.
Maybe raise
that
the
shit.
sign a little bit.
Yes,
or something.
Noah. That's a great
Well, they
idea.
did, and it's still
Oh,
people would like back up their cars and shit and stand on top of their cars and take it down.
You're
And
kidding
then,
me.
and then they eventually said, "Well, fuck this," and they just painted the street name on the road,
Wow.
like turn here for Parkway Drive.
oh man,
Yeah,
that's crazy.
So
That's crazy.
my point is, I can only imagine what sort of hijinks people got up to with Welcome to Twin Peaks. sign.
Indeed.
Yeah, I mean, it's too bad because you think that's like such an iconic part of television
Mhm.
history, but it, I don't,
Is
No.
nothing sacred?
Nothing is sacred because people suck. Even some Twin Peaks fans are shitty human beings.
It's
I'm
nothing-
sorry, everyone.
I just have to ask, is nothing sacred?
nothing.
I couldn't agree more.
Thanks,
I
man.
couldn't. I should say I couldn't ask that question more.
I feel heard.
Good. So, anyways,
All right, so
What is
continue
this?
on the
Hey,
bus tour.
what is this? Anyways,
What is this, anyways? Let's continue.
That was pretty much the bus tour. I think the last thing we saw was I think we saw the intersection where like the kid gets run over, which is also the same intersection where the one-armed man in Fire Walk with Me is yelling at Leland and Sarah, or Leland and Laura.
Right.
He's like, "It's your father."
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
That's one. Of
that's
my
the same
favorite
intersection.
scenes of that movie. Speaking of which, you mentioned that lady is the mother of the child that gets hit. That she was
there. Yeah, I don't think
Yeah.
that's her kid in real life.
right,
though.
but I mean, imagine like, oh, who is she in the show? Oh, she's the mother of the child
Yeah,
that gets
right,
run over.
right.
That's so heavy.
yeah. She was asked about that scene, and she's like,
Jesus.
it was easy for me to like melt down during that part because I have little kids myself.
Yeah. Fucking.
I mean, I don't have children. I thought that scene hit me like a ton of bricks, more
I
than
had-
like any of the finales did. It was just
Right?
so
Guys, scene was brutal.
It
absurd.
was so brutal. I had to turn away.
Yeah. Went to Carl's bench that he sits on.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And then, yeah, I think that was pretty much the tour. I don't think I forgot anything. I think we saw the hotel that Teresa Banks is at / the Dutchman's Hotel
Oh,
where
okay.
Philip Jeffries is.
Yep.
Just drove by that.
Okay.
Um,
What was your favorite place to see?
I mean, an iconic favorite, the Welcome to Twin Peaks little.
Sign.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Yes.
literally at the point that's like in the show.
Yeah.
That's tight.
Being at the sheriff's station was pretty cool.
That's tight.
I guess, my favorite place to see wasn't officially a part of the tour, and I guess I can just jump to that now.
Let's do it.
Yeah, so Sunday, I'll just say quickly, Sunday was really cool. They planned a big cookout for all of us, and I didn't expect the stars or the guests to come, but they were all there.
Wow.
Just hanging out.
They're
Just-
committed.
And Hawk said a really cool thing. He's like, I really like Twin Peak fans because whenever, especially the festival, because, whenever we do Comic-Con, people are kind of, sound like people don't have chill at Comic-Con. Whereas Twin Peaks Fest is like, people buy my art. It's really cool. And everyone's so respectful to like me and my wife. And I just like being up here hanging out for the weekend.
Yeah.
It's like, this dude is the legend.
Yes.
But at that picnic,
Preach.
just kind of like weird fate stuff. I grab my food and all the benches are full and the only spot open is directly across from like him and his wife.
Wow.
And I could go on and on, but all I have to say is like I might have like a new favorite character, and it might be Deputy Hawk.
Yeah.
He's always been up there.
It's not-
He's
one of
been
the
a top 5 guy, but he might just be like the legit dude. 'Cause if you think between the first, second, and the new season, he's just always been the same.
Yeah.
He's
legit.
flawless.
Yep.
Old reliable.
Exactly.
Most def.
He woke up like that.
Pretty
Yeah.
much.
Flawless.
And I just feel like
Because he's woke.
as the character translating to the human, it's it's perfect.
Yeah.
I mean, he's just such a nice guy.
That's great. There's an old saying, you should never meet your heroes. But sometimes there's an exception to that saying. And it sounds like you experienced that, Noah.
Yeah.
In this case, we find that that's not very true.
That's bull crap.
Yeah, totes.
Yeah.
That always it always helps when the real person is legit.
All of them
Exceeds your expectations.
Yeah, they're not
even.
Full
Yeah.
of shit.
That's great.
all of them were super cool, but I feel like I got to single out Michael Horst. Just, you know, he's one of the legend guys.
Mm-hmm.
And just such a nice dude. Great stories.
Yeah.
He's an accordion player, by the way.
Really?
Yeah. He was talking about how he was in some bands back in the day and stuff.
Uh-huh.
At that spot where he had the picnic was like where the sheriff station is in Fire Walk with Me. It's also in the same area where Jack Rabbit's Palace is, which I've got a little soil from.
What Noah just did was
Let's-
he picked up a used
Kirkland.
Kirkland
Purified
plastic
water.
bottle of water, and
Which I was drinking out of. So it wasn't like I dug it out of the recycling.
It could be described as gently used.
in
This
the
bottle.
in the current light in the bottom centimeter is what looks like in this light sort of like coffee grounds a little bit.
Yeah.
You guys thought it was chew when I
thought it
walked
was
in
chew
here.
when you walked into,
Which is fair.
yeah, but this is a pure authentic sample of soil from Jack Rabbit's Palace.
Why don't you take a photo of that and check it on the Instagram?
Oh, I
Noah?
shall. I shall. You know, what's cool, like I said earlier, all these filming sites are like so clumped together. 'Cause
Yeah.
across from Jack Rabbit's Palace is where Jerry Horn is high, and he says, "I'm not your."
Really?
His foot talks to him, says, "I'm not your foot."
Yeah.
Maybe 75 yards away is the big, huge tree where Stephen and Donna's sister are, where they're kind of high out of their minds.
Right.
Yeah.
But I will say that day, my favorite place came along, and sort of another weird situation by fate. I was going to go to the Palmer House on Monday before my flight left.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't leave until the evening, so I was going to go with like 4 or 5 people, and we had some kind of miscommunication, so I don't know what exactly happened, but I ended up just going on my own.
Okay.
But I had contacted Mary Reber, or Reber. I should know how to pronounce her last name, but she is the homeowner. She is Alice Tremond
Right.
in the final scene. I had I'd seen online that if you had contacted her, she'd be down to let you in for a little tour or just take a picture in front of the house. I just personally was gonna do a photo outside
Yeah.
and not bother them, but when I showed up, the door is like wide open. And number one, like pulling up to this house
Yeah.
is fucking weird.
Blew your mind.
Dude.
It was so surreal.
Yeah.
So cool. I mean, it looks exactly the same. There's nothing that's really changed.
Mm-hmm.
I pull up, I start taking photos, you know, just selfie mode
Yeah.
of myself, and she's like, "Hey, are you Noah?" I'm like, "Holy shit.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
And you were like, what year is this?
Yeah, exactly. And I was like, "Yeah." She's like, "Well, you know, like there's a couple other guys like coming down, like they should be here soon. Like, why don't you come in for a tour with them?"
Oh my
What the
Lord.
fuck? Seriously?
WTF.
Yeah.
Mary.
hell is going on here?
There's not a lot different to that house from what's in the show.
Is that okay? So all the interior filming was actually
Yeah.
In
Oh
the
yeah.
house.
Oh yes. Oh yeah.
Is the ceiling fan there? At the top
Oh,
of the
yes.
stairs?
Oh.
Wow.
So you walk in, and to the left is kind of where, like, you know, Leland does his dancing,
Mhm.
and
To
Sarah.
the left. Okay.
Yep.
Oh,
you walk in
I
to the
always
left,
imagine it to the right.
Yeah. Me too.
and well, yeah, it's kind of strange how that works out with like TV shows and movies, because on the right is where like the dinner table is,
Mm.
and on the left is like where the living area
Got it.
sort of is, and where the fireplace, and at least in the third season the giant TV was.
Yeah.
And also where they recorded Just You.
I believe that would be the same living room.
Right.
Wow.
They had some things kind of changed around because
Yeah.
you know she does
She
live
lives
there.
Yeah.
But she was cool enough. She put up the old drapes and blinds from
Really?
the series, so they're just yellow, smoke stained.
Wow.
You know, from all the
Is
chain
she
smoking.
like a fan herself, or is she just sort of like embraced that?
I didn't
people
really-
like it.
I didn't really ask her too
Yeah.
much. She was just telling stories because I could overhear people in the unofficial group I walked in there
Yeah.
with. Ask her some questions, and I don't know if she was or not, but she said she got the part basically because she was just interacting so well with like David and like a bunch of the film crew
Yeah.
that I guess either David or Mark or Sabrina Sutherland, who is also she's the executive producer, she was there at the festival throughout
Cool.
the whole time.
Tight.
They were just like, "Do you want to be in this scene?" And she did not know that was going to be the finale. Only
Whoa.
Kyle MacLachlan knew that was the finale.
Yeah.
But she said that she watched like every episode week after week. She's like, did I make the cut here? Like, and sure as shit, like you are the finale.
Wow.
But yeah, I got a tour of like every room in that house.
No
the kitchen
way.
is a little updated, but the island is still there
Uh-huh.
from the pilot where Sarah gets the phone call. And,
Yeah.
Right.
the upstairs, it's kind of trippy because you can get upstairs through two ways. Like there's the front staircase, but it's sort of, I don't know what you call it. It's not a wraparound, but it just goes straight, turns left, and then goes up.
Yep.
And then back by the kitchen, there's another entrance as well,
Okay.
which is something I don't think we ever saw like on the show or in the movie. But you go upstairs and that fan is still there, and it's fucking weird to
Scary.
see.
That's the kind of his description of that other way of that's the kind of like insider behind the scenes exclusive info that you get from only this podcast.
From only this one.
live.
Yeah,
from
make sure to
Double R.
subscribe and give us 5 stars.
Yeah.
Give us 5 stars, and while you're at it, subscribe to the Patreon.
Yeah, and
Which-
also while you're at it, just send us
Send us some Cokes.
Yeah, some candy.
Yeah, candy.
I like Snickers.
Send that my way.
Yeah.
I'm a Snickers guy too.
Are you?
Oh yeah, big time.
Oh,
Snickers is elite.
it's so bad for you.
I
It's
sat-
so good.
On Laura Palmer's bed.
You sat on it.
I don't know if it was actually her bed, but I sat on a bed in that room, and it's so scary because when you walk into that room, Mary has this life-size Bob mannequin.
What?
Fuck.
Or not a mannequin, but
Like a cutout.
Yeah, cutout,
Yes.
but it's like a full-on like it's like a mannequin
What
basically.
kind of like pose is he making?
I have a
what's-
picture of it.
Is he just standing there? Is he smiling?
It's like it's a weird little
Maniacal,
smirk.
sort of. Okay.
Yeah.
Yikes. That makes me feel scared.
Yeah, if you go to Noah's can we?
We can. So my Instagram, if you look up my name, Noah, Noah, my last name is Pastor, Paster. You'll see Days of Future Pastor, which is a X-Men reference.
X-Man.
And feel free to add there if you'd like. And I have pictures, 20 pictures or so of the house, and basically 2 posts. That's the one nice thing about Instagram is you can do that. Make it like a little album on one post.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's on one of these there is a picture of Bob, and in this just what Noah just mentioned, this Bob mannequin, and it is fucking horrific. It is goddamn terrifying. Jesus Christ.
Hey, Kev, why don't you turn that screen my way?
Have a look at that.
Oh.
Yeah, that
What in the hell?
That'll give you nightmares, right?
I don't like it.
That wasn't mentioned when I walked up the stairs, and I walked in there. I'm like, "Holy shit! What the fuck?"
Wow.
But yeah, we went back downstairs, and she chatted with the group of 4 or 5 other people I was, I guess, unofficially with.
Did you recognize these folks from the festival?
Yeah, for sure.
Great.
A couple guys like Midwest dudes, and we talked about just Wisconsin, Minnesota. And
Sure.
we took each other's. That was the one nice thing is I borrowed my mom's selfie stick, but never had to use it. Thank God.
Yeah.
Because everyone's just down to like, oh, here, I'll take your phone, take pictures for you.
Oh, that's tight.
Oh, it was very, very, very good to have that sort of thing go down.
Yeah.
Because I tried working that selfie stick thing
Yeah.
once, and I'm just an idiot. I don't get it. I also didn't want to use it anyway.
Yeah.
It could also just be a regular person, but
Mary told stories though of like, so the scene when Laura screams at the end and the lights go out. I guess her husband like rigged the electrical system so when you see that scene happen, he did something with the breaker, so it wasn't like he had to jam like 10 buttons at once. It was basically one thing he had to
Yeah.
do, and then like all the power like went out. Wow. So like
Wow.
he did that like himself.
that.
Yeah.
The fellow who lives in this house.
You know,
I thought that might have been done in, as they say in the business, guys, in post.
no.
At the post office?
No, Keith,
What?
not at the post office.
In a box of a Honeycrisp cereal? Post Honeycrisp cereal?
Dude, just no.
The Steven Spielberg, Tom Hanks,
Yes.
Meryl Streep film?
Yes. Yes, thank you.
That's when they would do it? That's what
when
you
they did
thought.
it. Yeah.
You're wrong. dude.
Anyway, go on.
That's cool.
That, I mean, it was the
That's
craziest. I was there for legitimately 30 minutes, and she was so accommodating. And she said that she's kind of winding down giving tours just because she made a comment about, it sounds like people are kind of just showing up like out of nowhere. And she
Yeah.
expected it with the Twin Peaks Fest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I guess she lives at the house alone now. She had her 2 daughters with, and she's, I can understand
Yeah,
that.
you don't
I-
want that shit when you're living alone.
Yeah.
I back to what I was saying before about the Parkway Drive band. So it's my in-laws that it's my mother-in-law and father-in-law, Jenny and Ray, who have the house.
Oh, yeah,
on Parkway Drive, and so people drive. They steal the sign or get their picture taken with the sign, and then they go to the house where the band like used to practice.
Oh,
and stuff, which
no
is
way.
which is my wife's parents' house, and there's constantly people. They actually had to put up a fence, a big like gate thing, because just like you're saying, people constantly dropping by and is this the Parkway Drive house, and can I go inside and take some photos, and then it happens all the time.
You have to educate me because I don't know this band. So your wife is from Australia.
Yes.
Is this an Australian-based band then, obviously?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but they've since gotten. Yeah, they started.
I mean, that name kind of sounds familiar, so
Yeah,
you've
they're-
got a connection to it.
Yeah.
Cool.
They're like on. They're on Epitaph and.
Oh,
and-
okay. Cool.
And yeah, they do really well. They just played some festivals in Europe to, I don't know, more than 10,000 people.
Oh, sure.
They're quite large.
Upwards
these
of
days.
10,000.
Upwards, even overwards maybe. But they're really big in Australia too, obviously. So
Yeah.
they constantly get bombarded with people.
The cool thing with Mary is that she was such a good sport. Someone had asked her if, that they could take a video of them knocking on the door and her opening it and saying,
Oh, that's
yeah,
pretty good.
saying yes.
And she did it?
Yeah,
She did?
yeah.
That's tight.
She's so cool, and I still owe her a bottle of wine. She was so nice enough to. So I got in touch with her through the internet, and we through what the kids call DMing,
Yeah.
Yes.
and she accepted the request of friendship online. And so when I posted the pictures of the house, I said, I don't know what I can do to ever repay you. And she said, red wine will be good. So I owe her a bottle of red wine. So if the
All
Twin
right.
Peaks universe or the live from the Double R
Yeah.
fan base can give me some recommendations of something that's classy to send Mary, that'd be very
Hey,
good.
if you've got a great idea for a bottle of red wine that Mary would enjoy, hit us up on Instagram.
Maybe even Mary would tell us which she would like the most.
Yeah. What do you think? What's her style? She want to be surprised, or does she know what
Are
she
we
likes?
talking
Well, she said red
Malbec?
wi- yeah.
Are we talking
Red.
a
red.
Pinot Noir?
Yeah. I say we throw a bottle of Josh her way. You
Josh?
familiar with Josh wine?
No.
It's a brand of wine.
Is it?
It's just funny because it's called Josh.
Like the way you think it's spelled too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Like the popular male name.
I have a brother named Josh.
Do you?
I do. This is my oldest one.
Wow.
Josh.
Shout out to Josh.
Shout out to Josh.
I should. Sorry, go ahead.
Nope. I'm good.
I feel like I've told a lot about this weekend, but I cannot skip
Uh-huh.
this part.
Yes.
So Saturday night was kind of a chill night. It was a short film. They showed some of the SNL sketches Kyle MacLachlan did at this theater in North Bend, basically right across the street from Tweed's Cafe.
Mhm.
And They showed a fan-made movie called Summer at the Pearl Lakes House,
Okay.
which was a 2 short 10-minute movies about Leland as a child getting possessed by Bob, and it was silent. Super cool. But between
Wow.
reels, the screen went black for about 2 minutes, and people were making jokes like, haha, I've seen this David Lynch movie before. And out of nowhere, Mike, the one-armed man, in complete darkness, he's just sitting in his chair, and the theater goes, through the darkness of futures past, and the whole theater just fucking erupted in
Wow.
laughter, because all of them were there hanging out, like watching the movies and
Yeah.
stuff. And
Do you say it all dramatic?
oh yeah, no, he said it like in his voice, and it was,
Oh, that's pretty funny.
this is one of those things like people are trying to be funny, like, ha, I've seen this David Lynch movie before, and
Yeah.
he just out of nowhere just started reciting that poem. It's like, hell yeah. And that, Al Strobel is like 81, 82 years old or something like that, and
Huge.
he's a super cool dude.
Legend.
Midwest guy as well. Madison.
Sick. Oh, Madison.
Spent some time in Minnesota, he said.
Nice.
Yeah.
Listen, huh?
Madison.
That's
Yeah.
great.
Yep.
5-hour drive.
So- From here,
yeah. Right?
5 hour.
About
Okay.
5 hours.
Less. 4.
If
You
you right before you start, if you stop at the gas station, you grab a 5-hour energy bottle. It's gonna last you
The entire.
from start to finish
Drive.
and no longer.
No longer. I think.
If you can digest that stuff, I think it kind of tastes gross.
Really? I've
Yeah.
never tried it.
It's not very good.
I don't
Interesting.
want. I'm really scared to try it.
It tastes like medicine.
I almost did it a couple times on tour,
Oh yeah?
but I was just too scared. I thought it was going to make me puke or something.
Yeah. Noah, any other key details to tell about your?
I'm
your
sure there
experience
are,
here?
but I don't want to go too in depth with it because I feel like I'm just talking about my cool vacation that I had. The last thing we did as a group was Sunday evening after I went to the Palmer House, the Roadhouse, which is actually in real life a pretty nice place to eat.
Is it really?
But they did karaoke night. They rented out the place just for the people who went to the Twin Peaks Festival. Got to say goodbyes to some folks.
Yeah. Is
I-
it the same? Is it the interior
No,
from
no.
season 3? Even?
Nope.
No. Okay.
Nope, that's the studio as well.
Got it.
But I had a pretty awesome chicken sandwich there.
Solid.
Super
Breaded?
good. Yeah, grilled chicken
Grilled
with
chicken.
avocado, tomato, onion on an artisan bun.
An artisanal bun?
Yes.
Was the chicken moist? Was it a bit on the dry side?
No, it was very moist and juicy.
That's legit.
It was good. A couple got engaged during the karaoke.
Oh,
Really?
And people were doing like all Twin Peak related, like the Chromatic songs, the Cactus Blossom songs,
Yeah.
and Julie Cruz stuff. So it was fun. I was so exhausted at this point, but I thought that was kind of a cool little ending. That was
That's
sweet.
very cool. Yeah.
That's a nice way to
But
cap it all.
at the end of the day, it was super cool just meeting, 100 some people that are
Yeah.
freaks about this show the way you are.
Yeah.
And you get to meet some of the people you've been adoring. I've only been watching the show 10 years or whatever,
Uh-huh.
but there's people that have been going to the fest. Like the guy I stayed with in the first night, he said since like 1999 or something.
Yeah.
He's like, it still is always pretty rad. And
Wow.
Rob and Deanne are the husband and wife that organize it now,
Okay.
at least for the last 20 years. And they do a fucking awesome job. They really go all out, and it's so well organized, and everything is so perfectly the themes for everything are great.
Yeah. Sounds like a
And accurate.
top-notch production.
I recommend
they
it.
put on.
So you would recommend going to this fest?
Yeah, I mean, you can do some of the sightseeing stuff, obviously, without
Mhm.
going to the fest, but I think just meeting people, like especially some of the older cast members,
Yeah.
it's an unforgettable experience.
Yep.
But yeah, that's pretty much it from me.
Yeah. It sounds like you had a great time.
I did. I had a great time. It was exhausting. I did not sleep a whole lot.
Yeah.
Not because of any like heavy partying or anything. I mean, you're driving kind of all over the place,
Yep.
but just you're amped and you're showing photos to your friends like online and stuff, and
Yep.
making your peeps jealous.
Noah, a true Twin Peaks head.
Yes.
If you think I'm a
Peaks
Twin
head.
Peaks head, there's
Yeah.
people there that would
blow my mind.
Blow your mind.
Yeah.
Like conspiracy theorists, Twin Peak fans, where I was like, I need to walk away from this conversation.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like it's like what? Like
You know, I think I talked about this last episode that we did around Christmas time, where it's like, oh, if you sync like episode 17, like that kind of shit.
Yeah.
Where it's just, sometimes you have to sit back and enjoy the show,
Yeah.
and it's cool to kind of dive into what you think about certain characters doing whatever, but sometimes you just need to enjoy the art, I guess.
yeah, for sure.
Anyway, boys,
Man, that's so great. Thanks for telling us all about your experience at the Twin Peaks Festival.
hell yeah. And, I'll have to go back one day and kind of investigate this weird Tweed's Cafe that kind of looks like the
Yeah.
Double R. I ordered a
This is
cherry
confusing.
pie
Uh-huh.
a la mode there. And Norma and Shelley weren't working, so it was like a lot of kids
Okay.
working.
Children.
It was nuts, because when I ordered that, I got a bowl of ice cream
What?
with, at the bottom was a cherry pie.
What in the hell was that?
What sort of
It was I
ass
was
backwards bullshit is this?
as Jerry Horn said
Mhm.
once. When I got that plate, I said, I'm depressed. However, at that picnic, they did have the cherry pie from the Double R there
Really?
without, it being completely doused
A
in ice
disaster.
cream.
Yeah.
And so I guess the recipe that
Uh-huh.
they use like in the first series of this
Yes.
is still the same thing, and what they ate on the show is what we were eating.
Wow.
No way. Wow.
It is a good pie. It is a really good pie.
You rate it?
So cherry pie is not even like my favorite of the fruit pies. Like I would go blueberry and apple over it, but
Okay.
the crust, elite.
Really?
Yeah, and that really made it. Kind of had this like shortbread sugar cookie type of taste to it.
That's
Really soft.
That's the kind of crust you want.
Yeah,
That's when you're going for a pie. That's the kind of crust you want.
Yes.
and it like wasn't maraschino cherry tasting either.
Yeah.
Oh,
Very good.
good.
It was good. Really good.
Cherries are good.
They are. I love all kinds of cherries.
I don't really care for cherries.
What?
I just don't.
You don't like a Rainier cherry?
I don't. I just don't know. I'm not
You
experienced.
like a fresh cherry?
Maybe.
You're not experienced?
I'm not experienced in the world of cherries.
Okay.
I've eaten damn near every other fruit and enjoy damn near every other fruit.
Wow.
When it comes to cherries, when it comes to cherries, I don't know as much.
Interesting.
Sheltered. Sheltered life.
Well, anything else you guys want to touch on before we send it off? Another ep in the books.
Another ep in the books. Well, did you have your rotisserie chicken? Was it good this time?
Did I have it?
Well,
Did
I mean, I
did
know
I have
that
it?
you
Was it good?
ordered it, but was it as good as it usually is?
Of course.
I feel bad. I feel like Kevin wrote down some things, and I feel like I just babbled on about my trip the whole time.
No, I mean, I had just had a couple questions for you, but you pretty much answered all of them
Cool.
without me even having to ask. So
Yeah.
you saved me some fucking work.
Well,
Didn't have
what
to
do you
open
know?
my
I
mouth and
what do you-
speak. It's tight.
just doing the work for you.
What do you
yeah,
know?
it's great.
Yeah.
So if you want to go to the Twin Peaks Fest next year, not to be confused with our cruise, by the way.
Right.
Yeah, which there are still
The
tickets.
listenership.
The listenership. Thank you. Yeah, the listenership. There's still tickets available for the listenership. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you gotta go back.
Find it online.
Find it online.
There's lots that you can find online.
Yeah.
If you just have to know where to look is the thing.
Can I, if I wanted to buy pants, could I go online?
There's a lot available. You just have to know where to look, Kevin.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Okay. So if
you got to point your binoculars in the right direction.
do I need to get
is the
binoculars
thing.
online in order to do that?
There's a lot of options for what you're asking me. There's lots of options for that. You just got to know where to look for it.
All right. Tight.
Oh, I have a little tidbit for you.
What's up?
So Sabrina Sutherland, the executive producer of the third season,
Okay.
and maybe before, I guess one thing that she said was that the final dossier is not necessarily gospel.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Okay, you remember? Do you guys remember in the holiday episode when I kept asking if David Lynch is, if it's
Who?
David Lynch,
Yeah.
David Lynch approved?
Yeah, I remember that.
So this might kind of answer that question a bit.
Well, I've heard rumblings of a season 4 because Launch reckons, quote, there's one story that's, quote, calling him.
Really?
Yeah, this is the thing that I saw written. So,
Whoa.
but
Be
did
interesting.
she elaborate any more?
No,
on that?
she said that she was currently going through David's writings right now.
Interesting.
And that was about it.
Wait, Sabrina Sutherland?
Yep.
She
Sounds
has
like-
access to
Sounds
David.
like when you were talking to her, she was in the Northernland.
Yeah.
Oh my
Totally.
God.
So would you say that? Yeah. So wait, she has access to David's writings.
Apparently so. I mean,
And
she
she's-
is an
and
executive
can you-
producer.
She's currently
Just-
going through them.
Going through his writings. Can you just stop for a moment and imagine what ramblings of a madman you would have to wade
Yeah.
through? With
It's sort of like in the Lord of the Rings, you know, he says one simply does not walk into Mordor. Is that what he says?
Yeah.
That's kind of like one simply does not read what David Lynch writes. One simply
One does-
goes through his writings.
Yes, exactly. Totally.
Who knows if it makes any sense whatsoever?
Oh man.
Who knows?
Yeah.
She does.
Who's the? I mean, obviously, Cooper, Kyle MacLachlan would maybe be number one on the list. But I was going to ask who would be the person that you'd want to see the most at Twin Peaks Fest.
Oh, wow. Well, it's not really like impossible because she's been there quite a bit as Sherilyn Fenn, who is
Yeah. So
Audrey.
if you could choose anyone from the cast to meet, and say hi to at Twin Peaks Fest, it'd be Cheryl Fenn.
her or Cheryl Lee, who is Laura Palmer. I think it'd
Right.
be really cool to meet the subject of Twin Peaks, basically.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay, tight.
I mean, obviously
Yeah.
Kyle would be awesome to me, but I feel like that would be like the one dude you're like starstruck on.
Yeah.
Now, but think of it in context of like the fest, though. You're hanging out, you're having food, you're at the
Yeah.
picnic, you're doing the things.
you-
everyone's
you're
chilling.
eating.
You're eating.
You're drinking.
You're drinking. You're, doing all that sort of
Uh-huh.
stuff. That's meeting someone at Twin Peaks Fest is different than just like meeting them on the street.
Probably.
Yeah.
So like in that world, who would you?
I'd
case?
want to meet Bobby Briggs.
Yeah,
Oh
his real
man, Dana Ashbrook.
Dana.
Sean
I-
DeMarshall. Sorry.
I'd love to ask him a few questions.
Would you turn
Dude.
it upside down with him?
You know it. Yeah. He was my favorite guy from season 3, so I'd like to see what he's all about in real life.
Tight.
It was kind of weird being at that intersection where the one lady just keeps honking and she's
Yeah.
got that kid who's puking the front
Yeah.
seat. I was parked there like at a stoplight and I look over, I'm like,
I
oh,
forgot about
that's the fucking Double R diner. I'm like, wait a second, I'm currently in the spot where
Yeah.
this scene took place.
Wow.
Jesus. That's wild.
Kev, do you have an answer to the
Sean DeMarshall probably.
I'm sorry, who?
No, anyway. It'd have to be Launch.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
I'm sorry.
Totally.
It's
Like, Hawk would be so sick. I would have loved to have experienced what you experienced with him. But
As you said, Hawk is just legend.
yeah, total
Hawk is
legend. But Launch. I mean, it sounds silly, but even to see that haircut in the
I want to
flesh,
see that thing in real life.
man. Do you know I showed a picture of that to my hairdresser barber, hair cutting.
Your
person.
hairdresser?
Yeah.
I don't know that.
Casey, you've kind of got a little bit of it going on.
Oh, I
Oh,
wish.
yeah.
Oh, my
it's-
God, I wish,
Oh,
dude.
you're the closest out of all of us. That's for sure. It's great. It's a thing to behold. But yeah, I showed it to the hairdresser and I said, just make this happen on me, and she just couldn't figure it out.
Did she laugh at you?
Probably on the
Or
inside.
did she say? Did she say I'll try? She's like, yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, she kind of gave me a wishy-washy answer. and
Okay.
then- yeah.
Kind of feel like you have to not shower
Yeah,
Like-
probably.
or wash your hair at least.
yeah.
Because that hair seems like a total like bedhead kind of thing.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Or have more hair on your head. He's
got a- yeah, he's got
got a
a full-
good thick head
yeah.
of hair. I do not.
You just got a specific
He's long.
style, kind of hair. He's got straight hair,
Yeah.
and it's like kind of thin enough where it just like flops around and it looks
Yeah,
it
it's
looks
all
tight no matter what
Yeah. Imagine
happens to it.
that. God. Imagine that.
Did you boys get the Blu-ray?
No,
The return?
no. Did you?
Yeah. I bought it like 2 days after we did the podcast.
I bought the Booth Ray.
Oh.
That's tight.
Yeah.
What does that come with?
It comes with it's a vinyl cover. It's
Mhm.
kind of like Booth, Booth material.
Booth.
Oh yeah,
material.
yeah.
And you pop that in your Blu-ray player, and what comes up on the screen, you're never gonna believe this,
Yeah.
is the menu for the double R.
That's tight.
Yeah, thanks.
Complete with sushi, rotisserie chicken,
Sosai,
all the-
which is your chicken.
all the classics.
Yeah, burritos. Well, guys, I think that's gonna about do it for this episode of Live from the Double R.
Yeah, I would love to get together again and maybe just talk about Twin Peaks.
Hey,
Right?
that's a great idea.
It's a great idea, right?
That's a really great idea. No, I want to thank you for sharing your experience. Thanks for representing Live from the Double R
Yeah.
at this year's Twin Peaks Festival.
Yeah, and be sure to check out our Instagram.
Yes.
You can also follow me, but I'm going to be uploading the photos onto our Instagram account, which is live_from_. Wait a second. Yep. live_from_the_RR, which is this podcast.
And you'll know you found it when you can see lots of photos that are in the universe of Twin Peaks.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I'd say that's right.
Right, Kev?
Yeah. Yeah, Case. I'd say that's pretty right.
All right.
Cool. All right. Should we get the bill?
Let's get the bill. Hey.
Okay. Seriously? 5 rotisserie chickens?
Yeah, dude. What is it? We got an hour,
And
an hour 22
probably
minutes.
some money this time that you owed us from last
What
time.
money? Wait,
Oh,
so
man.
maybe just you say bring money like that's
Like
kind of societal.